Hey guys, what's up? It's Deniz from Deniz World of Bodybuilding. Today I want to talk about an interesting information. What do these three guys have in common? Plus Ronnie Coleman. Imagine Ronnie Coleman sitting there behind or next to Dexter Jay. All of them, when they sign a picture, it's not only to Deniz Jay Cutler. It's not only to Deniz, Dorian Yates, so on. It is Dorian Yates, Mr. O, Ronnie Coleman, Mr. O, Dexter Jackson, Mr. O. That's it. Okay? That's like their diploma. Like you got your degree, for getting a medical doctor, and then you just have that in your name. And they're having, Mr. O in their name, so to say. And I think that's a great thing, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why guys like Kevin Lerone, Flex Wheeler didn't find inner peace within themselves. I think if they had won at least one title of the Mr. Olympia contest, both of those guys wouldn't make the comeback. I really do think so. Because it was always like, hey Kevin, how you couldn't win the Miss Olympia? Hey Flex, how you couldn't win the Miss Olympia? You got robbed. You're an uncrowned Miss Olympia. And that's like when you hear that 100 times every day, imagine you are Kevin Lerone or Flex Wheeler. You probably are like, hey, I have to do it. I have to prove myself. I have to get that title. But then time comes into play, and nobody can escape from that. Nobody. If Jay Cutler would do a comeback today, he wouldn't look like 2009 Mr. Olympia like this. He wouldn't look like that. Even if he would even train harder, eat more, take more, he wouldn't look like that. It's time, you can't escape from that. So let's see what the future of the Mr. Olympia will bring. Right now I really have to say that the scene is pretty boring. Magazines died out. I couldn't even go to flexonline.com. Living in Germany, living in Europe, I heard that in the States it was accessible. I couldn't open the site. I tried a couple times, and it's like, I don't know, it's like the cult is dying out a little bit. And I'll try to make videos. I'll try to keep the fire up, because I think there are some interesting things, and I hope that there will be new guys that will mix into that group of top professionals, or even only professionals, and who make it a little bit exciting. But I also know that being at that top level, you don't have much opportunities. Being that huge and being that narrow-minded, you have to be that narrow-minded kind of guy. Dorian Yates is extremely chilled right now, but he wasn't back then, and he knew why. You're like, you don't have many options when you're that big and you want to get Miss Olympia, or you want to win that pro show. You can't live a rockstar life. You can't live a extremely interesting or funny life. I get that. I really do. But things like podcasts, maybe interviews with those guys, Skype interviews, speaking about life in general, I don't know. I think that would be an amazing plus, because some of them really have great minds and great way of thinking. But especially, the guys from back then, they maybe have more time to do those interviews. Like Dorian did a lot of interviews, and he's on the road every time. Dexter too, J2. We don't hear much from Phil Heath. it's kind of sad, because I'm like, okay, I want to do videos, but what can I report about which is a news type of thing, which is a recent thing? You know, there are channels on there, and all they do is reporting about the 70s. Arnold here, Arnold there, Arnold here, Arnold there. It's amazing. I read Arnold's book, over 700 pages. I love his career. You know, speaking about the bodybuilding one. But it's sad that, you know, recently we can't do much. But maybe, you know, write into the comments. What do you think about this? Do you have any topics? Do you have any recent stuff I could talk about? Or are you like, okay, it's just not how it used to be right now, and it's just got stuck into being a little, you know, boring? Write your opinion in the comments. I wish you all the best. Have a nice day and week. Bye.